Reborn as a disabled Omega in an Alpha United world, I became the villain's target under his gun. "You're too broken to be loved," the nurse whispered before tightening the last strap on my leg brace. 3 hours later, I met the man who would hold me at gunpoint and touch my soul through the trigger. My name is Theo Vance. I was born twice. The first time, I died quietly at age 17 in a dirty back alley clinic where Omegas like me were abandoned. The second time, I woke up in a parallel America, where alpha dominance ruled every corner of society and Omegas, especially disabled ones, were either claimed, discarded, or worse. I knew something was wrong the moment I opened my eyes and saw my reflection in a cracked mirror. Same black hair, same haunted brown eyes, but my body was weaker, thinner. My left leg had steel supports bolted through the knee. My wrists trembled when I tried to push myself up. The world smelled different too, like iron, smoke, and danger. I had become Theo in a different world. A world where I was already marked by fate. The Omega sanctuary assigned to me was little more than a concrete barrack behind electric fences. They told me I couldn't leave unless an alpha claimed me. Claimed like property. That word made bile rise in my throat. But everything changed the day General Cale Mercer walked through the compound gate. 6'3", ruthless green eyes. The scars of war carved across his cheek like some kind of divine punctuation. He moved with the kind of authority that silenced entire rooms. He wasn't just any alpha, he was the alpha. Decorated. Feared. A living legend in the military and the rumored executioner of dozens of Omega uprisings. And somehow, inexplicably, he asked for me. They led me out, limp and breathless. I hated how my heart fluttered in fear and something else I didn't want to name. I expected him to sneer, maybe laugh at my braces or spit out the usual "what use are you?" But he didn't. He just stared. Then he said, low and unreadable, "You'll be under my protection now." I didn't trust him. Not for a second. But there was something in his voice, not softness, but restraint. Like he was holding something inside that even he didn't understand. At the fortress he called home, I learned things no Omega was supposed to. I had a private room, books, my own clothes, real food, felt like freedom dressed in camouflage. But there was always tension in the air. Cale never touched me, never ordered me around like the others. He watched, studied, tested me. One night, during a blackout, I found him in the control room, gripping a photo of a young Omega boy. "My brother," he said when he noticed me staring. "They took him because he was defective." And that's when I saw Ithascar wasn't just a war wound. It was grief that never healed. "You think I remind you of him?" I asked, my voice cracking. "No," he said, stepping close. "You make me wonder if I can undo who I've become." Rumors spread fast. An Omega in the general's quarters? The council didn't like that. They wanted control, and Cale's humanity was a threat. The first attack came from inside, poison in my tea. My body convulsed for hours while Cale tore through the barracks hunting for the traitor. I woke to his fists bloodied, his expression broken. "They think I'm weak because of you," he said. I touched his sleeve. "Maybe you are." He looked at me like he could kill me or kiss me. But he didn't do either. The war reached our doorstep when a rebellion broke out in the Southern Territories. Cale was called back to lead suppression units. I begged him not to go. "Don't leave me here," I whispered. "I have to." His jaw tightened. "They'll tear you apart if I don't fix this." And then he did something unthinkable. He leaned down, pressed his forehead to mine, and whispered, "Stay alive, Theo. I'll come back." It was the first time he used my name like it mattered. He didn't come back for weeks. In his absence, the compound was overrun by extremists who believed Omegas like Metasibold, unclaimed, were genetic pollution. They dragged me into the public square, broadcasting it live, trying to make an example. "Tell them," one soldier said, putting a gun to my head, "that you're a mistake." I looked into the lens. My heart raced. My voice shook. "Maybe I am. But this mistake still has something to say." Just as they cocked the gun, I heard the roar of engines and then gunfire. Cale had returned. He didn't hesitate. He shot the soldier without blinking, stormed the stage, and pulled me into his arms like nothing else in the world existed. "You came," I whispered, weak against him. "Too late," he growled, "but not without purpose." That night, Cale didn't leave my side. I woke to his hand in mine. There was blood on his uniform, but his eyes were clear. "I'm done obeying monsters," he said. "Let them call me a traitor. I'll burn the whole damn order down if it means protecting you." I laughed, bitter and broken. "You're risking everything for a useless Omega." "You're not useless," he snapped. "You're the only thing that's made me feel human in years." And then finally kissed me. Not like a conqueror, not like a soldier, like a man who had spent his whole life fighting battles and just realized the war wasn't out there, it was inside his own chest. Weeks passed. We went into hiding. We lived in an abandoned greenhouse outside the city, growing vegetables with stolen seeds, listening to jazz on an old radio. He repaired my leg brace himself, taught me to fire a gun. I taught him how to cook with herbs instead of rations. He still sucked at it, but it was ours. One morning, I woke up to him drawing me in his sketchbook, something I didn't know he did. His fingers were gentle now, his eyes warm. It didn't feel like survival anymore. Felt like life. "I don't deserve this," he murmured. "Neither do I," I said. "But maybe that's why we do." The world didn't change overnight. We were still fugitives, still targets. But we found people, other defectors, hidden Omegas, even a few Alphas tired of the bloodshed. We built something small, something fragile and fierce. Love in rebellion. And when I asked him once, years later, "What made you lower your gun that day?" he smiled, soft and sad. "Because even from the barrel, I saw your eyes weren't afraid of dying. They were afraid of never being seen." Now, every time he holds me in his arms, I know I was, and I am, seen, loved, chosen. Even if the world wasn't built for me, I'll help build the next one. With him. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.